Now I'm going to continue a little series of things to do in the garden in autumn, and here's one of them. Plant out your native plants. Now I've got 3 grevilleas going in this particular bay. I've picked these ones up, and this is a great time to put them in the ground. Now grevilleas are a beautiful plant. These all grow between sort of 75 centimetres or about 2.5 foot up to about 1.5 metres. And they give you flowers in winter and in spring, often when you've got nothing else in the garden, early spring that is. So late autumn through to early spring, beautiful flowers, bird attracting, really, really nice plants. And I've got quite a few grevilleas I've planted out. Now, they don't need a lot of nutrients. So with the soil, all I've done, so I've gone through here with a mattock and I've just turned all the soil over. I've added no nutrients to it. I've added no compost to it. I've added nothing at all. So I'm going to put these in and I'm going to let them slowly establish because the soil is still warm in autumn. We're still getting plenty of warmth. I'll give them a little bit of water. I'll let the roots establish and they'll go through winter, they'll put out some flowers, and then come spring they'll really take off. So it gives them a really good head start to put them in autumn. Now to get them in the ground, I don't need very much. I've already dug the soil up, so I'm just going to put them where I think they're going to work. So I've got these rocks coming around here. I want to give a bit of space, about 1 foot all the way around. So I've got my first one there, that's the lowest one. That is a Grevillea Bigfoot, and that's about a 75 centimetre high Grevillea. I've got the fireworks, that'll go to about 1 metre, and then I've got the Gold Rush, which is going to go here, that's about 1.5 metres. Now putting them in the ground is pretty straightforward. As I said, I'm not going to do anything special. They're just going to be a hole dug about the same size as the pot. And the soil here, it's got quite a bit of clay in it, but it's also got some good dirt in it. I'm going to pop this out like that. The roots on this are not root bound. There's just a few in there. I don't have to tease it out in this instance, which is really good. And I'm going to put the whole thing back in like that. And because I'm not actually disturbing the roots, that's the best thing for the plant. So that's all I'm going to do. But I am going to put, just for the moment, what the Grevillea is until I can get a map and actually draw that out. And I've just got some of these. I get these from the hardware store. They come 1.2 metres long and I saw them in half. And they need to go around the outside of your tree carefully. Come on there, little fella. I want everything inside. That's it. You be careful you're not breaking anything off as you do this. There we go. So that's all I'm going to do there. This one needs to have a little bit of a course correction. Press it in. I'll knock it in with a hammer if I have to. I've got a mallet, good old trusty mallet, better than a hammer out in the garden. And that's it. Right. Now, I'll fast forward this and we'll chuck the other 2 in the ground. So all I've got to do now is give them a water. So a great time to put your natives in the ground. If you cannot disturb the root ball, which I didn't have to do because the roots were not root bound, the whole thing goes in the ground and they will then shoot roots down into the ground further and further as we use this warmth from the ground that we have in autumn. Winter, they'll become a little bit more dormant, although grevilleas do flower in winter, and they'll use all of that moisture and continue to grow. Once we hit spring, they're going to take off because they're well established already. So this has given these guys a really good opportunity to take off. If I put them in spring, they'll still do okay, but this will give them a head start. There you go. So I'm not going to do any fertiliser on these guys until spring. They've got enough fertiliser in the root ball to get them through. And Australian natives need a specific fertiliser, an Australian native fertiliser, very low in phosphorus because we don't have a lot of phosphorus in nature in Australia. A lot of the plants are not used to it. So if you put on a normal fertiliser, you're going to damage your natives. So I'm not going to fertilise these at all. I'm just going to give them water and that's it. Come spring, 6 months from now, we'll hit them with a native Australian fertiliser. That's it. Don't love them too much because they won't love you back for doing that. All right, guys, thanks for your time as always. Until next time, happy gardening. See ya.